Hey everybody, it's Mark from Overlook Valley Homestead. As you know, I've been working on my barn and it's been a long project, and I just do it a little bit as I can as I get the extra money to work on it. So the center part right here, I built it to be my new shop, but as you see, I've got my hay in it right now. So I set more posts over here. I'm going to build a lean-to on it. And put the hay over here so that I can start working on the shop part. So I figured out how much lumber that it was going to take to do this top, and it's actually only going to take about 14 boards, 2x6s, to do that, to do the whole top, and then I already have the boards to do the last to put the tin on. But I went to my local lumber company, and what they sell is coil bundles of wood. This is stuff that contractors have returned. Either they didn't use it, it laid out on a job and got a little weathered and they didn't use it, or it has a bow in it, or maybe a little split in the end of it. For what those 14 boards would have cost me to do this top, if I'd bought number one first grade boards, I bought all this lumber. This is 2 coil pallets of lumber. There is several thousand board feet in this, so many projects will be done with it. But in my opinion, I'd rather spend my money and get more than just get a little bit, because after all, it's a barn. It's not a house, so it doesn't have to be perfect. It's just got to be good enough to keep the hay out of the weather, and I'm pretty sure that we can do that with this lumber. And there's also plenty other projects here on the homestead that we can always use lumber on building. For instance, I want to build a cabin down in the lower corner of the farm, just an off-grid cabin with no power, and well, solar powered is my plan for it, and just a one-room cabin, just a little getaway, I guess. Maybe stay there before a morning hunt or something, you know, just a different place to stay and get a different view of the farm. This will probably go a long ways in that too. So there's a whole lot more work that's got to be done to my barn. A lot of metal work, and the tin is very expensive. So what tin is on it now came off an old chicken barn, and I got it at a third of the price of what new metal cost. It's just as good. It has screw holes in it, but that's no big deal. You just seal the screw holes up and no leaks, and I've already done that, and the barn don't leak at all now. So I am currently in the process of looking for more tin. We're going to have an auction in our town tomorrow, and I went today and looked, and what do you know, there's about 40 sheets, probably 35 or 40 foot long, that is the right color for our barn. So I'm going to go tomorrow and see if I can purchase that. Now, auctions, sometimes things at auctions sell for more money than they do if you were to buy it new, and then sometimes you get a deal. So, but you got to be there to find out. So that's my plan. I don't know exactly when I'm going to get started on this project, but I had a day off and I felt like going to town and going ahead and getting the lumber. So I done that. I got that here. So when I get available time to work on it, what I need is here. And I also want to do the same with the tin. And then I'm not waiting on the parts that I need to finish this project. So this is just a small video to just show you this. So if you're doing a project, check with your local lumber companies. You know, they may have coil lumber packs just like our lumber companies do, and you can get them greatly at a greatly reduced price. Like I said, for what the 14 boards to do this top was going to cost me, just barely a little more money, bought 2 pallets of this. Now at our lumber company, you can buy these for $100 a pallet. Now they could be any kind of wood at all in them. There's 2x10s, 2x12s, 2x8s, 2x6s, 2x4s. I think I've seen some 1x4s in there. There's some finger jointed 2x6s, which are very long, like 26, 28, 30 feet. You know, you can get a couple good long 2x6s out of that. My lean-to that I'm building on, it's a 16-foot extension. The barn right now is a 30 by 30, and when I get done, of course, it'll be a 30 by 45. And at a later date and time, I'm gonna probably put another lean-to on the other side, and it's only gonna be a stall for a sick cow or a cow that's fixing to calve. Something with a top that's covered, a place for them to get out of the weather if it's bad weather. But for now, my plan is to get this side fixed where I can get the hay over here, so that I can start working on the middle part and make my shop out of it, because my old shop is very small, very short. It has worked well, it has done the job, but it's only 7 foot tall, and when you put a car in it, you don't have very much room to jack it up off the ground. My plan is to put a 2-post or 4-post lift inside this barn. That's why I built it so tall, so that I can pull the vehicles in there and rotate our tires and do our own oil changes and things like that. I used to be a mechanic, so you know, I know all those things. The part of my barn that you already see that is built, I also use the coil lumber packs that you get, and I think I have already bought 2 coil lumber packs so far, and so this will make 4, and I gave $100 a piece for each batch of lumber there, so that's $400. I've only got $1,100 in this barn, which is excellent. You can't build anything for $1,100. So here comes another 200. So you know, we're at 1,300. So and then I'll have to buy the rest of the 10 to finish closing up the barn and for the tops on the lean-to. So roughly, I'm thinking somewhere around $1,500 or $1,600 in a 30 by 45 foot barn. And you know, that if you're willing to do the work yourself, and you know, I was raised up doing construction work, mechanic work. There's not a whole lot of things that I haven't done. Electrician work, so just about anything that we have to do here on the homestead, I am able to do it myself. And we're out in the country, and we're on land that's not restricted. You can do what you want out in the country as far as your barns and stuff like that. Now houses or something like that, you have to have all that, you have to buy permits and stuff like that to build that. But when you're building onto a structure, you don't have to do that out here in our area, and it may be different in yours. But anyways, I hope you enjoy this, and I hope that you'll be able to follow us along on our progress on the barn as we get further along in it. And hope you're enjoying our channel and all our other videos. And we ask you subscribe if you hadn't subscribed to our channel, and share it with your friends, your neighbors, anybody that might like to see what ordinary people do on an ordinary farm that we call a homestead. And thank y'all for coming by, and God bless you.